In the presence of a toxic person, the average mind erupts. Anger bubbles, pride rises, and ego demands retribution. But the Stoic, the silent warrior, knows better. He understands that reaction is the enemy of power. True dominance begins with restraint. Epictetus once said, "If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation." The world is full of provocateurs. Some are loud and aggressive. Others are subtle manipulators. But they all have one goal: control. They want to dictate your emotions, your focus, your narrative. The silent warrior gives them nothing. He watches, he listens, he calculates. This is not cowardice. This is composure. You are not ignoring the threat. You are neutralizing its power. When you choose not to react, you become a mystery. And mystery is dangerous. The mind that does not spill emotion becomes the most lethal. In a world of noise, the one who speaks least often commands the most. The Stoic warrior practices silence not as avoidance, but as strategy. Let your restraint be their confusion. Let your peace be their chaos. You don't need to match their chaos with chaos. You need only stand in your calm like a mountain, unmoved, unbreakable. That is how you begin to outsmart the toxic mind. Toxic minds thrive by rewriting reality. They twist your words, question your motives, and cast doubt on your identity. The moment you try to explain yourself, you fall into their trap. Why? Because explanation invites manipulation. The more you defend yourself, the more power you give them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is where the battle begins, in your perception. The Stoic does not try to control what others think. He controls what he believes about himself. He knows that the world's view is irrelevant if his own view is rooted in clarity and purpose. You don't have to convince anyone. You don't have to prove anything. The moment you choose self-validation over external approval, you become untouchable. Let the toxic mind play its games. You don't have to join. Rewrite the script. Choose thoughts that empower. Choose narratives that liberate. And when you do speak, let your words come from a place of conviction, not desperation. The Stoic warrior doesn't fight for attention. He commands it by living with unshakable principle. The narrative is yours. Don't give them the pen. Toxic people are energy thieves. They bait you with petty arguments, emotional traps, and subtle jabs. Their goal? Drain your vitality, steal your focus, keep you spinning in circles. But you must understand this. Your energy is sacred. Where you place your attention, your power follows. The Stoic doesn't waste his energy proving points or winning trivial debates. He knows that true strength is found in the conservation. Seneca warned, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." And often our suffering is self-inflicted by engaging with the wrong people. You must audit your interactions. Ask yourself, is this conversation building me or breaking me? Is this person helping me grow or holding me back? Not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your reaction. Protect your peace like it's gold, because it is. When you give your calm to chaos, you lose twice. First to their game, and second to your regret. Instead, walk away. Let silence be your sword. Let focus be your fortress. Conserve your energy. Direct it toward purpose. Let the toxic burn themselves out trying to ignite you. To deal with toxic minds, you must master detachment. This isn't emotional coldness. It's spiritual clarity. You see, the Stoic doesn't allow the outer world to dictate the inner world. He builds distance between stimulus and response. Viktor Frankl, though not a Stoic, echoed this timeless truth. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Psychological distance allows you to see things for what they truly are, not what your emotions paint them to be. It's the ability to hear an insult and not absorb it, to receive betrayal and not internalize it. Ask yourself, will this matter in a year, in a month, even next week? Most of what toxics throw your way is noise. Don't let noise become narrative. Detachment is your armor. It allows you to walk through the battlefield untouched. You may see the fire, but you don't have to step into it. You may hear the noise, but you don't have to lose your voice. Pull back, observe, and from that place of distance, act with precision. When you're attacked by a toxic person, your ego wants war. It wants to retaliate, to correct, to dominate. But the Stoic silences ego with character. Character is quiet. Ego is loud. Ego craves validation. Character stands alone. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." In other words, stop explaining and start living. Let your discipline be your defense. Let your calm be your counterattack. Toxic minds will lie about you. Let them. Your truth, lived out consistently, will outlast any slander. The world doesn't remember the loudest. It remembers the most unshakable. This is your task. Outlive the lie. Outlast the hate. Outsmart the chaos by rising above it, not once. Every time. Every time you choose character over ego, you build an unbreakable foundation. You prove that nothing external can bend your internal. Let them gossip. You stay grounded. Let them twist the story. You live in truth. Let them attack. You build. That is how the Stoic destroys without ever striking. The need to explain is a trap. When you justify, clarify, or defend your every move, you are operating from weakness, not strength. Toxic people thrive on getting you to explain yourself because it puts you in a submissive position. They don't seek clarity, they seek control. The Stoic knows this. He lives by principle, not persuasion. He does not chase understanding, he embodies truth. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "If anyone can refute me, show me I'm making a mistake or looking at things from the wrong perspective, I'll gladly change. It's the truth I'm after." But he only listens to those who are worthy, not those who wish to distort his truth. You owe no explanation to those who misinterpret you on purpose. Let your actions, your integrity, your results speak. Speak once. If they distort, walk away. Your silence will say more than any word ever could. Every second you spend explaining to someone who doesn't want to understand is a second stolen from your purpose. Take your power back. Stand firm. And let your silence be your strength. Sometimes the smartest move is not confrontation, but withdrawal. Tactical withdrawal is not defeat. It is a calculated retreat that protects your energy, sharpens your focus, and sets you up for greater impact elsewhere. The Stoics practiced this mentally. They withdrew from entanglement, from petty disputes, from people who refuse to grow. As Seneca said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. If the environment is toxic, you do not need to fight to fix it. You can simply remove yourself from it. The moment you realize you owe no loyalty to dysfunction, you gain your freedom. Walking away doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've outgrown the need to be right. You don't need to win an argument when you've already won your peace. Don't stay in the fire to prove you can handle the heat. Walk into the sunlight and build something better. Sometimes the deadliest warrior is the one who simply walks away with dignity intact. Toxicity is a test. It reveals your cracks, your blind spots, your unresolved wounds. The Stoic doesn't avoid adversity, he uses it. Toxic encounters become tools for growth. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that every toxic person is a mirror, a teacher, a test. What do they trigger in you? What do they reveal about your discipline, your patience, your values? Use these moments as a gym for your mind. Each insult becomes a weight to lift. Each manipulation a puzzle to solve. The more they try to provoke you, the more refined you become. You learn strategy, you master restraint, you strengthen your resolve. The poison becomes your antidote. The Stoic mind turns obstacles into offerings. You don't just survive toxicity, you outgrow it. And in that growth, you become something stronger than steel. Unshakable. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius speaks of the inner citadel, a place inside you that cannot be touched by the world. This is your ultimate defense. It is the fortress where your principles live, where your peace resides, and where no toxic voice can penetrate. You build this citadel with daily practice, with meditation, with journaling, with solitude. Each moment of stillness lays another stone. Over time, it becomes a sanctuary. The toxic mind may scream at your walls, but they will never enter. Because you know who you are. You know what you stand for. And that self-knowledge is impenetrable. Retreat into your citadel when the world becomes loud. Refocus. Recenter. Then return, not with chaos, but with calm. That is your power. The end goal is not to defeat toxic minds, it's to become immune to them. The final mastery is untouchability, not from arrogance, but from self-control. You are not moved by insults. You are not seduced by praise. You do not chase drama. You do not run from confrontation. You move with intention, speak with precision, and act with principle. The toxic mind cannot manipulate you because you are no longer reactive. You have built yourself into something solid, something stable. Their tactics fail because they rely on weakness, and you have none left. To become untouchable is not to hide, but to shine so brightly from within that no shadow can remain. You walk into rooms and change the temperature, not by force, but by presence. This is the Stoic art. Stay calm, stay deadly. Outsmart every toxic mind not by fighting them, but by becoming something they can never shake. Unbreakable.